This is the finished end product of roughly 500 hours plus of hard work, but more than that, a labour of love for me, of the battle cruiser HMS Hood. She was involved in a battle against Bismarck and was sunk, but at the time she was the pride of the Royal Navy, and I decided to make a replica of the ship from scratch. So basically I started with a hull which is steel, 0.8% carbon. The hull is fully welded, cleaned and dressed. The whole ship in length is 1310 millimeters, so that's 1 meter 310 millimeters, so it's quite long, and it's really heavy. I would say somewhere in the region of the ship itself 20 to 30 kilos. The base in which she sat on about 5 kilos, so all in all quite heavy. I also ordered a plaque for the ship, as you can see. The reflection, I'm sorry about that, the reflection of me is coming into focus. There you go, it's a brass plaque. It's 6 inches by 3 inches, all brass, highly polished, as you can see. The base is wood, what I've made. There are 3 supports, one on the bow, near the bow, one on the stern, and one roughly about midships. There's a support underneath to give it more strength as well. Getting onto the ship herself, it's not 100% accurate. I did this from photographs I got from the internet, but I would say, all in all, I would say I've probably got about 90% accuracy of the ship herself. The deck guns, as you can see, the pom-pom guns, even down to the funnels on both of them there, and the cabling for the communications network on the ship, all these are crimped with stainless steel cable and stainless steel screws and nuts. They're all crimped to give it support. Again, stainless steel, but I've painted them because on the ship it looked like that was the colour I could see as you were looking at it now. I've even done perspex to mimic the glass windows. The name of the ship, Hood, same on the other side. It's got a wooden decking like that, anchor points, anchor supports and runners, and it looks as though the chain's coming from obviously inside the hull of the ship. 2 anchors, one on either side as well. Again, the large deck guns, which is connected up on the ladder to, I think they're star shells, or were what they used as star shells. I'm not quite sure about that. But again, rangefinders for the deck guns, as you can see. Lifeboats, there are 4 of them, all with the rudders. The tiller obviously is off because it would have been in the way. So you've just got the lifeboats strung either side of the stern. The handles, the rails that go on both sides of the ship. And then you've got around the rear, or should I say the stern, you got the propellers and the rudder all in position, all fixed in position. And then if I come round that side, once again you can see that it's the same on the other side. So yeah, the deck again is wood at the back. Now all these supports, the brackets for the lifeboats, are all screwed in to the deck, through the deck to underneath, so it actually holds the decking in place as well. Same on the front, so you know there's no mess, everything's nice, neat and clean. Stainless steel screws, again holding it in position. And then you have on the hull of the ship, you have the waterline depths. You've got, again, if I show you around at the front and then turn that round like that, there she is. The crow's nest. Again, it's quite high actually, I thought, the crow's nest, but on the ship the proportions are exactly right, or as near as damn it. Like I say, I got all these particulars from looking at drawings from the internet, which I downloaded, and that is basically what I used to build the ship from scratch. Now all the other bits, so you've tubing, steel tubing, 0.8mm thick sheet steel, which has been shaped, bent, rounded. I use a blacksmith's anvil to shape the hull of the ship, and my sheet metal rollers to do both. Again, I like detail, so the detail is the handles for the pom-pom guns, the triggers, and then on the deck guns themselves, I've even put breech doors on the deck guns, as you can see there, all fixed into place. So all in all, you have the crane at the back, and then you have, so if I step back like so, do it this way, like that, there we go, that's a better shot of her. And then coming round to the bow once again, so you can see the detail of the ship herself and how much detail I've put into her. Again, as I say, she's very heavy, but you know, it's not plastic, made from plastic, it's not made from wood, it's made from what actually the ship was made herself from, the original HMS Hood, which is steel. You know, it's only thin sheet steel, but nevertheless, The hull's completely welded, dressed and cleaned, so there are no gaps. Now the superstructure mainly is tack welded together, but with good, firm, strong tacks, mainly on the inside of, you know, the crow's nest, etc., to hide the tack so you can't actually see most of the weld, most of the tacks that holds it together. And then obviously after cleaning, dressing and spray painting, which I did, this is the end result, which is, in my opinion, fantastic. There's a different angle of the ship from looking more or less, you know, from waterline level. I could come round and do exactly the same from that level, like so. As I say, I think what finishes it off now is the brass plaque as well. Very sturdy, very well. This is a labour of love of mine. I've always been fascinated with, you know, military history, and I'd known for a many decades about HMS Hood. So I kind of realised my dream in building her. I just think she looks absolutely fantastic. 500 plus hours altogether to build her. But I finally got there, and she's finally complete. I hope she goes to a good home where people can not just look at her, but talk about her, talk about the ship herself and the men who sailed in her and what she meant to the Royal Navy. Even though she was quite an old ship in, you know, at the outbreak of World War II, she was still, and still is, one of the finest looking ships ever built, in my opinion. And I just hope many people get to see her. Thank you.